lovelies, and welcome to this week's video. This week we will be talking about Mabon, harvest, and autumn with children. So it's another pagan parenting episode. So first things first, as for Mabon, I'm going to have my other Mabon videos linked below, and my next video will be on Persephone, since I already did a main Mabon video last year, which I will put below. But when teaching children about Persephone, do it in an age-appropriate manner. There's so many various stories of what actually happened, but it's so important to the whole idea of Mabon and the seasons and everything. There is a graphic novel for like the teenagers called Persephone and Demeter, and I do have this, which is called Time for Flowers, Time for Snow, which has various little stories about the whole Persephone's story. Of course, the story version of her being kidnapped by Hades, which next week I will talk about the various different stories. But this is the main one that has continued throughout the past couple centuries. So, yeah. And then it talks about with how Demeter responds, and it comes with a CD of music that goes along with each little poem and short story type thing, you could say, that tells the full story, and the artwork is beautiful. Also for Mabon, you can have the big family feast. Now remember, Mabon is like the pagan Thanksgiving, right? So that's what I do, and in one of my videos that I'm posting below, I kind of show my preparations. So that's something that you can do also with your children for Mabon, is put together a big feast with there are recipes in my other videos that will be linked, so I'm not going to put them in this one, but you can have them help out depending on their age. It will depend on what they can do. Help out with the Mabon apple cider, which on one of the videos I have linked below, I have my special recipe. You can have them help cook the squash, whatever it is that you make for the Mabon feast. But that is something that you can do as a family together for Mabon, or the autumn equinox if you prefer. You can also, while doing the feast or right before, or if you don't have time for a huge feast, to just get together and do the apple magic, which is also discussed in my other videos, so not to take up time, I'm not going to explain it here. But basically just cut open an apple and then the star, and there's the whole story along with that. The children can also help with the decor for Mabon or autumn equinox, making it, putting it up, so collecting leaves, putting that kind of stuff together, painting pumpkins, going and getting the pumpkins, do the placement, just the decor in general, which is fun in itself. What else did I put? You can help them create their own Mabon autumn equinox altar with pumpkins and acorns and leaves and pine cones and various things that are harvested at this time. If you did have a garden, sage and all that great awesome stuff, sunflowers, etc. As for fall, you can take them apple picking to an apple orchard, go to the final days of your local farmer's market, unless you live in California or something. I assume they probably have it all year round because it's warm. But the fall, the last month and a half, 2 months of the farmer's market is always my favorite because they have the pumpkins and all of that awesome stuff that is so fall. So that is fun. Like Freya my daughter picked out this pumpkin. My 2-year-old picked out this pumpkin at the farmer's market the last time I went, a week or so ago. So, then you can also go to pumpkin patches, which I'm also going to be doing with my daughter. Older children, you can do like the haunted houses and kind of the Halloween-y stuff. But of course, that's closer to Samhain and October. We're talking about the autumn equinox, fall, early fall, get into the spirit. You can make pancakes that have apples and cinnamon in them. You can make pumpkin pancakes. My favorite to do is cinnamon cardamom, but my daughter really likes the pumpkin with the cinnamon mixed in. So those are good ideas. And if you have children and they drink apple juice, you can always add like a little bit of cinnamon and some sugar in there as well. So just little things to kind of, put it in. You could take harvested herbs and flowers if you did have your own garden. For example, for Lilith's Laboratory, my business, which is listed below, I'm going to be making custom homemade sage sticks or smudge sticks, and I would think children like 6 and older could probably, even younger could help out, but to make sure that they're paying attention and enjoying it. So this one is going to be sage, rosemary, and lemongrass, but it smells absolutely amazing. Like, look at that. And then you take some type of twine or jute rope or hemp, and you can wrap it around, and then you have your own little bundle, smudge bundle. And yeah, if you would also like to buy some of mine, they will be up next week on my Etsy page. Yeah, so for like the little ones, so like my daughter, I'm going to be getting like leaves and acorns and things and putting like paint on some of them, and then having her put that onto paper and move that around. Also, they can like color pumpkins and anything that's fall related, paint pumpkins, carve pumpkins, etc. As for harvest, if you do have a garden or you have a farm, they can help out. Even a 2-year-old can help out. I'm going to, at the end of this, for my closing shot, have my daughter, when we first entered the community garden, and we're heading to our slot yesterday to do our second harvest of the year, and which was the biggest one so far. And it's cute. Like, they don't, like, the really young ones don't really like help, but she picks like the tomatoes and the carrots, and it's a nice bonding experience, and they get to like enjoy Mother Earth and the nature and get connected to the energy. You can also teach them about harvesting and teach them about the various fruits, vegetables, and herbs of this season. So that's going to bring me on to book recommendations. So first I have We Gather Together, Celebrating the Harvest Season, filled with facts about the fall equinox. I would say this is for like all ages up until about like 12. It says ages 3 and up, but my daughter and I read these books. We have like all the season ones. And even in here they have different things that you can make. Like here they have masks to celebrate with that you can make. They have recipes for corn muffins for Mabon or the equinox, which I do make cornbread on that day. And then it even shows you how to see the tilt of the earth and how it makes the seasons. And yeah, it has a whole bunch of fun little activities, as well as facts and teaching you about the various cultures and what they do for this autumn equinox. Then I've talked about this in my first video, Wild Child, which the child ends up being Autumn. So it's great for the really young ones. This is ages 4 to 8, but again, I've been reading this to my daughter since she was about 16 months, and she loves it. Like, we first got it from the library, and she loved it so much we had to buy it. But it, like, here's, like, the pumpkins, and it shows it's Mother Earth and her child, who happens to be Autumn, trying to put her to sleep for winter. And then this is a book about apples. So, yeah, getting books that have to do with educating them on the season and getting them really in touch with nature, I feel is extremely important if you're raising a child as a pagan, even if you are not directly trying to push this religion, which is not my intention either, but to really get them to be at least connected to nature and earth and be respectful of it. It's a great way. So, like, there's ones for apples, there's ones for pumpkins, etc. Then this one, Oats and Wild Apples. And it's a story of a cow and a deer. And it teaches them about shapes and the crisp colors and the warm feelings that you get during the autumn-fall season. And this one is a National Geographic kids book, and it teaches about pumpkins. Seed, sprout, pumpkin, and then pie. And this is kind of, see, it like ends with Halloween, but it starts like the whole process of how they are created and grow. And then this is a cute little one. Fall is here. Discover colorful leaves, friendly scarecrows, yummy pies, and all the things that make fall so special in this board book. So and if you follow this little dog and this little kitty, and it teaches the really young ones, like the toddlers, like my daughter's age, about leaves and all that great stuff. So that is my recommendation for pagan parenting for this wonderful, wonderful season. My favorite season that I absolutely love. And for the next one, I actually read like a ton of various books on Persephone, fiction, non-fiction, as well as did a lot of research to talk about different stories of Persephone and what one is the true one. And that will be next week. But for the time being, I love you all. Check out my shop. Check out my business Facebook page. There's always updates on there. Follow me on Instagram and my new Twitter. I'm really trying to get used to this Twitter thing, so if you follow me, it would be great and helpful. And yeah, I'll see you next time. I love you all. Have a great beginning of fall-autumn season, and I hope you had an amazing harvest full moon yesterday in Pisces. Bye.